strange that this song plays. Just yesterday, talking to somebody who has a cat named Tom Selleck because it has a little mustache. And today, what do we get? Magnum PI theme song. Unbelievable. Just yesterday, talking to a buddy, and he said he's got a cat. He's got a little mustache. The cat's named Tom Selleck. I was like, that's as good as it gets for a pet name that I've ever heard, pretty much. Even if the cat didn't have a mustache and it was just called Tom Selleck, that's a gold cat. It doesn't look like Tom Selleck at all. Just a good name for a cat. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. We were going to play some Magnum PI reruns, but decided against it. The Ferrari's in the shop. It is a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Thanks so much for joining us. I like Wide Open Wednesday, where you're the show producer. Anything you'd like to discuss, it's wide open. Maybe something that's not being discussed enough. Maybe something that's totally being neglected, not being discussed at all. We don't screen phone calls here, and we don't cut you off if we disagree. Sort of let you fade into the distance. We don't do that. Rouse's Markets phone lines, if you'd like to dial us up. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. And thanks for finding us where New Orleans talks every afternoon, taking you home in style. Corey Johnson on the neutral ground. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. We're on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM. I like this sneaky little powerful AM signal we're on. 600 AM has picked up the show. That signal goes from Baton Rouge through New Orleans, the North Shore, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, even to the panhandle of Florida. 600 AM. We're on TV, at least the first 90 minutes of the 2-hour radio program. On the radio till 6, on TV till 5:30, 4 to 5:30 on Cox Channel 4 all over Louisiana. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, anywhere there's Cox Television in New Orleans, we're there. Yorview, Louisiana. Cox Channel 4 at 4 every weekday. We're also on the Chawda television system, Spectrum, Channel 333. Spectrum 333. That's all over the North Shore, River Parishes, Cajun country too. All over Louisiana on the tube. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, CoreyTalks.com. And we're on YouTube last few months. YouTube, you can check out the program live or after the fact, like maybe yesterday's program where New Orleans Inspector General Ed Michel joined us. That was a good one. Speaking of a good one, in about 10 minutes, New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams will join us on the program. New Orleans DA Jason Williams in about 10 minutes. Tomorrow, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson will be on the neutral ground. Hey, it's Wide Open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. A new poll is out. 55% of citizens in New Orleans favor recalling the destroyer. 55%. 37% said she should stay in office. 8% undecided. Edgewater Research did the polling with a 5% margin of error. I think a large margin of error, 5%, because it was land-based calls, folks that have a landline. I don't know when I gave up my landline. Years ago. Well, I might even have a landline still because I think I have the Cox bundle. But I guess I guess I could hook a phone into the modem. I'd have to call Cox and go, what's my home number? 49% of men in New Orleans would like to see the mayor recalled. 60% of women, 53% of black folks, a majority, 63% of white folks. That's according to Edgewater Research. Remember these three numbers, at least for today: 205, 211, and 250. 205, 211, and 250. 205. That's how many murders so far in New Orleans this year. 211, the number of carjackings in New Orleans so far this year. 205, 211, and 250. 250, the days in the year so far. So you got 205 murders in 250 days. You got 211 carjackings in 250 days. I don't know. You can basically do simple math on that, huh? But every 4 out of 5 days of the week, 4 out of 5 days in New Orleans, there's a carjacking and a murder going on. 4 out of 5 days. One day there's a break from the carjacking and murder. Maybe they overlap and there's only a murder that day or only a carjacking. 205 folks murdered in New Orleans. 139 last year at this time. There were only 201 in all of 2020, 205 right now. 2019, 84 year to date, 205 right now, 205 murders, 211 carjackings in 250 days. Yikes. Uh-oh. Why? Always why? And always us. But continuously have to ask, why is it us on the kooky stuff? Louisiana. Can we ever get serious? U.S. Congressman Mike Johnson from Louisiana, a congressman. No relation, by the way. FX Networks has an animated comedy for adults. It's a cartoon for adults, like Family Guy or South Park. It's called Little Demons. And supposedly, I think the devil is the father of the daughter, or trying to lure the daughter to the devil's side, and the mother's trying to keep the daughter on, and it's called Little Demons. And Mike Johnson just kind of went crazy on it, started quoting Bible passages, which I have nothing against Bible passages, but I don't think it's applicable here. He needs help. Louisiana needs help when this is a concern. The state has so many fundamental problems, and this is a concern. I just, for me, Mike Johnson, don't worry about any programming anywhere, because it's nationwide, worldwide. It's what's out there. Just don't watch it. There's a lot of stuff I don't watch at all that's ridiculous, obscene, boring, rude, crude, pathetic, whatever. There's stuff I don't watch that is critically acclaimed and normal, regular people love, and the flip-flop, the opposite. So just don't worry about it. I don't want anyone worrying about my politicians worrying about television programs, especially in Louisiana, New Orleans. We need so much help. Are you kidding? Hey, DA Jason Williams is going to join us in a second on the program on this wide open Wednesday. Thanks for finding us. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. Every day this program's brought to you on radio, on television, on YouTube by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. The Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebrat, right on the corner, right on the price. I-10 at Williams on the car corner. You know everything about the Lamarck Automotive Complex, the big store Lamarck Ford for nearly 50 years. Lamarck Lincoln, number one in the state. Over $50 million invested in the last few years. It's all state of the art. It's all brand new. Ronnie just doesn't stop. Across the parish, it's now Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Legendary Crescent City Ford. It's been around for decades. Now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, Harahan, Jefferson Highway, right before Hickory. Unbelievable. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park does not slow down. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra, right on the corner, right on the price. And also Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you're right. You've landed in the right spot. Thanks for joining us. Spread the word. Hey, if you're checking us out on YouTube, click to subscribe. It don't cost nothing. Jason Williams next.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com. Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore in Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models, and it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool socks. NolaAC.com, your cool socks.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Don't forget about Lebanon's Cafe tonight for dinner. Open till 9:30. Lamb chop, shish kebab, so good. Lebanon's Cafe in the Carrollton section of Uptown by the streetcar barn. Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe. New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams joins us on the program this afternoon. How you doing, Jason?
I'm good, Corey. How are you today?
Doing well. Thanks so much for joining us.
Glad to be with you.
Hey, boy, I bet glad to have that trial behind you. And I know you don't even want to discuss it. It's just nice for it to just be history and in the past, huh? Because, I mean, your first part of your, gig as DA, you got that kind of sack of bricks you're carrying around every day. I don't know how you can not think about that, Well,
I mean, I'm absolutely, I don't think there's words to describe not having that just as part of a day or a week, and it lasted for years. I mean, just the cloud lasted for years, and most of my first term. So I'm really glad to not have that in any way, shape, or form in the way, on the side of, collaterally, part of all the hard work we have to do to get this city back on track.
What did you learn from that experience?
I've learned that prosecutors, whether they be rural areas or urban areas or federal or state, they have a lot of power in the discretion that they have. They also have the ability to prioritize certain types of cases.
Yep.
Right. And you look at what I went through and what existed there, from a fact standpoint. There's a lot of if we did a poll in the city or in any city, folks would say they want prosecutors on the federal level, on the state level, all focused on this violent crime surge we're in right now. And that certainly was not that on Camp Street.
Yep. No doubt. Hey, do you take like some responsibility, just like with the kind of weird tax guy, or, hey, I'm going to run for council, I'm going to run for DA, might run for other stuff. I better have my house totally in order. I've filed for extensions before and even been on like a payment plan to pay taxes when I was like, wow, I owe that much. So, I mean, I think folks can relate to taxes, but are you like, man, maybe I made some bad choices with my own taxes?
Absolutely made a bad choice in who I hired. If I went to a doctor, and in fact, I have gone to a doctor. At age 45, I went and got the same checkup that all men get at 45. And if I went to someone who, in fact, had not gone to medical school, who, in fact, was not getting the yearly required training to stay up on best practices, and they squinted and eyeballed me rather than going through the complete colonoscopy, they said, "You're in the clear, it's fine." And I just proceeded like my day was normal, but yet I was riddled with cancer on the inside. I would have made a bad choice in a doctor, and I absolutely made a bad choice in a tax preparer who held himself out as something he was not, which was a CPA. So I absolutely take full responsibility for that, and I made that perfectly clear on the front end. But I agree with you on that.
DA Jason Williams is with us. Hey, Jason, what can you do to, your job as DA, the power that you have, what can you do to help combat this ridiculously violent crime problem that plagues a lot of New Orleans, especially like 7th, 8th, 9th Ward? I mean, those folks deserve a break. They're the ones that are paycheck to paycheck and just getting crushed by this violent crime. It's off the charts.
It is off the charts. We are absolutely in the middle of a crime surge all over New Orleans, and it's not just in certain neighborhoods. It's everywhere. I will say that I think poor neighborhoods are getting it worse.
Yeah.
But if you're a victim, it doesn't matter where you are or how much money you make.
No, you're right.
You feel that pain, you feel that heat, and people are feeling that around the country in blue cities, in red cities, in blue states and red states. And what we can do and what we have to do is be smart with the assets and resources we have as a community. As a DA, I play one role. My role is in taking cases and making sure that we have the evidence necessary so that a jury can convict and take bad folks off the streets and keep them there off the streets for long periods of time when they've hurt people in community. And part of what we're doing is I'm training every one of my assistant DAs to be better lawyers in court. I've tried 4 cases personally with the young lawyers in my office to show them around a courtroom, to walk them through the voir dire process, picking a jury that's right for a certain case, showing them how to introduce expert testimony in sort of difficult matters, dealing with the tough cross-examinations, so they have the skill set they need to do it in all 12 sections of the court. So that's one way. The other way is prioritizing violent crime, making sure that carjackings, murders, rapes, and armed robberies are the cases that we're dealing with on the court's docket. It's not someone who has a joint or a prescription pill without the bottle, right? We can handle those in other ways. That doesn't mean those don't get dealt with, but they don't need to be getting in the way of victim crime. So we're trying to prioritize those things. We're making our data more transparent so that the city council can review our work and see what we're focusing on. And we're also publishing that information on dashboards and going to community groups so they can also track our work. I understand people are scared, and rightfully so. My mother is scared. My wife is scared to get gas. That's a real thing. Yeah. Right? But that also means that when someone is a victim of, let's just say, a carjacking, we need them to come to court, not just call the police, but we really do need them to come to court. There's been a number of situations where people said, well, I'm not coming. You got to figure that out without me. And that means that person stays on the street and gets to re-victimize our community and create new victims. So we're trying to do what we can. We've doubled the size of our victim witness assistant division so that we have more people working with the survivors and victims and next of kin of crime so that they can have the supports they need to actually come to court so that we can not just make the arrest, but make the arrest and the conviction.
District Attorney Jason Williams is with us. Wouldn't it be good to utilize the habitual offender statute for all violent offenders again? Get that going with you at the controls. You're the DA.
If we got to a point where judges were not, give me an example, armed robbery alone carries up to 99 years in jail for it, right? And so years ago, there's a couple of judges at Tulane and Broad who would sentence a person using the habitual offender law to 3 99-year sentences, consecutive, right? Nobody can serve 99 years. Doesn't make sense. I mean, using the habitual offender law that way wasn't making us any safer. In fact, we were leading in violent crime and we were overusing it as well. So we do use sentencing enhancements on gun crimes. If someone uses a gun and hurts someone with a gun, we use a sentencing enhancement in that scenario because even if someone shoots at someone and a doctor saves that person's life, we believe that's just as violent as a murder case. The doctor saves life, not the perpetrator.
But you seem very reasonable and commonsensical and hopefully apolitical. Justice is the goal. The material witness warrant, you said you wouldn't use that. No, you kind of no position on bail. Now you kind of have a position on that. Not prosecute juveniles. Now you do that in some cases. It's not definitive, right? You need flexibility. It's individual cases and you applying the law, right?
We are all human beings. We are living and breathing and constantly growing and evolving. At least we should be. And you're right. We do an individualized assessment of every case. And we have to look at every case on a case-by-case basis. When I came into office, I was not planning on charging any juveniles as adults. And I reversed that. I felt it was necessary in the crime surge that we were in. Look, we had kids out of school for close to 2 years. Even right now that we have in-person learning, we've got some schools have a 50% attendance rate now that we're back into in-person learning. If these kids are not in school, they're in the streets, right? So we need to, I'm working with Dr. Williams to make sure that I'm doing my part along with the city, along with the school board, along with other community members to make sure kids are in the seats in classrooms and not in the streets causing harm. So, yeah, we've got to make sure that we constantly evolve. We've got to make sure that we're using the law in the best possible way to make this community safe.
Hey, Jason, I got a quick question for you, kind of out of left field. I got a bunch of weird emails when I was kind of hyping that you'd be on. Does former Councilman Jay Banks have a warrant out for him for contempt of court, not showing up for court? Is that right, or?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just checking. I thought that would stand out if you'd know if it was a former councilman. Hey, last question.
I would know. Oh, no.
Yeah, last question. You thinking of running for mayor?
Oh, come on, Corey. I mean, you see everything on my plate right now. I mean, I've lost all my hair. You know what I mean? The last time you saw me, I'm bald. I've got more than enough work right now. I'm going to keep focusing on doing everything that the DA's office can do to make the city of New Orleans safe. Crime is up in rural parishes and urban parishes. New Orleans is small enough for us to get it under control if we work together and row in the same direction.
No, I think that's the answer everybody wanted to hear. Not the Bobby Jindal, thinking about the future. Hey, and be quiet about what you will or won't prosecute. Don't need your boy Jeff Landry up in BR getting his panties in a wad. He's easily agitated.
I'll let you say it, Corey.
Jason, thank you very much.
Have a good day, man.
You too. That's DA Jason Williams joining us on the program. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Yeah, you right. Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday. You're the show producer. 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines. 766-9480. If you just missed it, you missed District Attorney Jason Williams on the program. But you can check it out on YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, via podcasting and the like. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. Yeah, we're on YouTube. Click to subscribe. Spread the word. Cox Channel 4 Television till 5:30. Spectrum Channel 333 Television till 5:30. You can check us out on the radio, your drive time home, where New Orleans talks. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 600 AM. Tomorrow, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson will be on the neutral ground. A new poll. 55% of citizens in New Orleans favor recalling the destroyer, LaToya Cantrell. 55% favor that. According to Edgewater Research, 5% margin of error. 37% said she should stay in office. 37% say the mayor should stay in office. I don't know what's wrong with you folks. I'm not calling you a loser, but do you like losing? Because you can't win with LaToya Cantrell. It's impossible. You know, I've been seeing a lot of stuff online about Ed Ogeron and LSU and how depleted the team is, stuff I've been saying for like a long time because you can just see it and folks not wanting to believe it. And now there's this just sort of, you know, realization about Ed Ogeron. I don't see how 37% say the mayor should stay in office. Again, I'm not calling you a loser, but do you like losing? Because this mayor's incapable of winning. It's like Ed Ogeron as head coach. There can't be sustained winning. He took a program that was already winning about 10 games, and I'm not taking anything away from the magical national championship run. I'm class of 91. I love it. It's one of the great highs of my life. Love it. But also wrecked the program in record time. Wrecked it. It's 500 ball club that's a couple of recruiting classes away from getting back. So a few years going down, a few years to get back. It's like a 4 or 5 year gap. And then I hear, so dude, you'd give up the national title? It's like, who says that wouldn't have happened with another coach? Had to be Ogeron because all the stars lined up and he was part of that. Maybe another coach wins a couple of national titles and LSU's contending this year and they're like Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, never left the top. LSU left the top, left the middle, left the bottom. I mean, look at the latest poll. Alabama's 1. Georgia's 2. A&M is 6th. Florida's 12th. Arkansas is 16th. Kentucky's 20th. Arkansas 16th. Kentucky 20th. Ole Miss 22. Tennessee. I haven't seen Tennessee in a poll in years. They're 24th. Auburn's getting votes at 35. Mississippi State getting votes at 36. South Carolina's getting votes. They're 40th in the country, according to the AP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 SEC teams in the top 40. You know who's missing? Vanderbilt, Missouri, and LSU. Vanderbilt, Missouri, and LSU. That's who's missing. No, it's a major rebuilding because Ed Ogeron ultimately isn't a consistent winner. Neither is LaToya Cantrell. And it's obvious, it's painful, just painfully average. I watch Ed Ogeron like on the, I don't know, what do you call it, the chicken circuit, running around just making goofy comments and it going online and going viral. It's embarrassing. But it's comical. It's like that's what the coach was. That was the guy that you had running that mighty program. I mean, like the Saints Junior. That's what LSU is. The Saints Junior. It's mind-boggling. So no wonder the program bottomed out. And LaToya Cantrell, just not saying she's stupid. People that are like, she's dumb, she's stupid. You just stick to what's going on. I mean, having to make it worse or make up stuff or embellish or exaggerate or just totally be incorrect. Let's stay, keep our eyes focused on the ball. What's really going on? LaToya Cantrell's not stupid. She went to Xavier, has a degree from Xavier. She's educated. She's not dumb. She's got common sense, street smart. She got elected mayor. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, New Orleans and Louisiana, we're really good when it comes to electing people. We're not. We're terrible at it. Maybe the worst in America. But she has some kind of skills to get that done. But outside of that, isn't a leader, isn't a change agent, isn't a difference maker. And now just is belligerent. It just isn't even focused on being mayor. Just the next junket going to Boston this weekend. First class ticket. $2,599. You can fly JetBlue nonstop for $278. 10 times less, 9.5 times less. 8% undecided. I don't know how you can be undecided. I just think it should be like 80% would want the mayor recalled. Now, getting 53,000 plus legitimate signatures, that's tough to do. And then there's a vote. And will the people that talk the talk, walk the walk, show up at the polls and vote the mayor out? I would think if there was a legitimate recall election, you'd have 70% show up to vote. 49% of men in New Orleans want to see Mayor LaToya Cantrell recalled. 49%. Doesn't mean the majority wants to not see her recalled because there's an undecided. The largest percentage is 49%. There's a small percentage of undecided, and then there's, I don't know, about 40% of men that don't want to see LaToya Cantrell recalled. For women, it's 60%. 60% of women in Orleans Parish want to see Mayor LaToya Cantrell recalled. Amongst black folks, black, male and female, 53%. A majority of black folks want to see Mayor LaToya Cantrell recalled. Amongst whites, it's 63%. Thought it would be even higher amongst whites. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday. 205, 211, 250, 205, 211, 250, 205, 211, 250, 205, murders to date, 211, carjackings to date, 250, how many days we are into the year, into 2022? 250 days into the year, we got 211 carjackings, 205 murders. Basically, every 4 out of 5 days in New Orleans, there's going to be carjacking and murder. Every 4 out of 5 days, 80% of the time, 4 out of 5 days, there's going to be carjacking and murder. I didn't say and or. 4 out of 5 days, carjacking and murder. I don't know, you might have a murder not occur on a Tuesday and a carjacking not occur on a Friday, but the other 4 days out of 5, there's going to be a carjacking and a murder. It's kind of crazy. It really is. DA Jason Williams joined us on the program a few minutes ago. You can join us right now on a wide open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Don't be scared. 504-766-9480. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. We do not screen calls. Everybody's welcome. And we don't cut you off if you disagree. We never cut anyone off. I'll tell you when we got to go to a break at 16 after the hour, at 32 after the hour, at 48 coming up in a minute and a half or so. And at the top of the hour, this commercial break train comes down the tracks and we got to get off the tracks. That's the only time. That's the only time I'll say I got to go. But you can hang on. I'll get you on the other side. We never cut anyone off. There's some folks in talk radio locally, nationally, they think they're slicksters. Somebody's disagreeing with them, making great points, putting the show host in their place, making very valid points. Instead of the discussion continuing, the show host will talk over the caller. The producer will lower the caller out of the picture, and they're on internal hold. And the show is just like, well, you know, hey, Jimmy, thanks so much for the call. You get that like a minute later. Jimmy, thanks so much for the call. Like Jimmy's still there waiting, could come back with a retort. No, Jimmy's long gone. Jimmy's been sent out to pasture. We never do that on the program. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. On a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. This is a no-brainer in Metro New Orleans. Time to paint? You go to Helm Paint and Decorating. New Orleanians that know generation after generation after generation since like 1969, 1970, over half a century, 5+ decades, Helm Paint and Decorating. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans: West Bank, East Bank, North Shore, New Orleans, Metairie, Kenner, Gretna, Mandeville, Hammond. 2-hour delivery anywhere in Metro New Orleans. Paint your home once, never paint it again. You know where. Helm Paint and Decorating.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan. For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you, taking you home in style every weekday afternoon, 4 to 6 o'clock on the radio, on YouTube, live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. We're on television till 5:30 all over Louisiana. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 766-9480. We head to the capital city, Red Stick, Tiger Town, Baton Rouge. Yeah, you're right, Ray. How's it going?
All right, how are you doing?
Doing well. What's happening in BR?
Oh, same old, same old. Almost the same thing going on here.
Yeah, no, not as much crime, but yeah, a little bit of crime and traffic. Yeah, Baton Rouge is on the brink of becoming a large city if you're not careful. What part of town you living in, Ray?
I'm in the downtown area.
Nice.
Mid-city.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, I lived in the Garden District on Camellia off Government, which isn't like, you know, rich houses like in New Orleans Garden District, but middle class. It was a Baton Rouge neighborhood. I was a student. I thought I was a little ahead of the curve renting a place in that nice neighborhood. Most students were on the opposite side over in Tigerland, Burbank, Charlotte, all that. Anyway.
All right, correct.
What's on your mind, Ray?
Yes, I really believe that the shits in the center of Angola, because #1, that's why they own their way in the first place.
That you've got to send kids to Angola?
Yeah, in other words, they need to open up the, I think it was the Deaf House that they closed down.
I don't think kids need to go to the physical Angola prison. But I think kids need to go to a juvenile facility that there's a chance that you're, teaching the kids some skill, life lessons, and when he gets out, he's not somebody that goes right back into jail again. I don't know what
is murder. The people they kill cannot come back.
Oh no, Ray! Of course not. No, you're right. You're right. I thought you were just talking about some juvenile that commits a crime. We don't have a good juvenile detention here in New Orleans, and they're talking about sending, these kids to Angola. I think, I think some violent felon who's a lifer that murdered, of course. That's different.
Yes, and then I look at the crowd, they out there protesting and all to see about just correction. Why wouldn't you protesting and all that stuff before they did the crime?
Oh, no, you're right, Ray. You're right. You're right. We invest after the fact in America. We pay for it dearly after the fact. If we invested in education, we invest in just those types of things, we would, people understanding repercussions to actions. Hey, young folks, don't have babies, don't get married maybe yet. Just things like that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a kid or shouldn't be married. I'm just saying, generally speaking, there are repercussions to all that. It's just not a, hey, I think I love you. Let's get married. Hey, let's have kids because, it's fun to have kids. It's responsibility, repercussions. No, I think there's lots of things we could do to do things better in the United States of America. It's embarrassing, Ray. It is.
But also, they are hurting the taxpayers building all of these prisons.
Oh, well, that's a big Louisiana, Oklahoma. We like battle for largest incarceration rate in the world, like more than North Korea per capita or China. It's insane. Now, this for-profit prison, these rural sheriffs that are millionaires because they run the jail. It's insane. I mean, it's crazy. St. Bernard has a sheriff, just a regular dude, Jack Stevens. Now he's retired, Jack Stevens. He's a multimillionaire. It's crazy. I'd like to be a sheriff in Louisiana. Chances you can
taxpayer money.
Yeah, exactly. You get control of all that taxpayer money. Look at Susan Hudson down here in New Orleans. Got some guy who was disbarred on the payroll. The guy who's disbarred's mom's on the payroll. Can't explain it. Has other folks that come in making $37,000 in a month, about what a New Orleans family of four makes. No, it's crazy. Hey, Ray in Baton Rouge, thanks so much. I hope Fleur-de-Lis Pizza opens again soon. I heard Fleur-de-Lis Pizza shut down. That's Ray in Baton Rouge joining us on the program. Fleur-de-Lis Pizza on Government at, Jefferson Highway in BR. So good. That rectangular pizza, that thing was special. I liked that. And, the Louis hamburgers and the hash browns are tough to beat. How is there not a place in New Orleans that has a hamburger that's the quality of Louis and the hash browns, like diner style? You get different burgers, portical and stuff, great burger. But Louis is a fantastic burger, grilled onions on the grill, fresh. It's not fast food. It's kind of more fast casual. No, don't bring up the old dirty Camellia Grill. I don't know. You want me to, am I wrong, Jason? I mean, Jason, I'm telling you like it is. I'm going to lie about it? No, it's just dirty. And just things like we don't have cloth napkins anymore. And that's 15 years ago. Got rid of the cloth napkins. And then I remember one time a buddy of mine was like, can I get some pickles from a burger? It's like, we don't have pickles anymore. What would you save that year? $800 in pickle costs? Dude, you don't know. We saved $2,300 in pickle costs. No, I know. And you save 12 or 15, 20 grand in linen service costs, I bet. The throwaway napkin costs 3 cents. The linen service napkin costs 9 cents, 3 times as much. I know. Whatever. I mean, the numbers are somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm not just busting on them. You want to know I'm busting on them? Because that's a New Orleans institution that used to be really, really good, and it's not anymore, and it could be it's easily fixed. Someone with the kindergarten, second, third grade can fix that. It's not like you really need to come in and bring in some outside genius to fix. Just little bit of effort, you could fix it. Corey Johnson with you. Busting chops. Hey, every day we broadcast live. What's that, Blue Boy? From the Buddy Delaverto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. What, buddy? We never have air conditioning woes because of Fair and Honest Lucas. That's right, River City's Total Maintenance, NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. Blue Boy knows. He likes staying cool in the summer. 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, New Orleans. Don't move. The 5 o'clock power hour is next.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarm. With smart home technology, control lights, locks, cameras, thermostat, and your alarm, all from your phone or laptop. Smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
I was just a tot in high school, but Dukes of Hazzard was on. You know, when you're a kid, 15, 16, 17, you watch dopey Dukes of Hazzard with the General Lee and all of that, Boss Hogg. And then Dallas came on afterwards, and I thought JR always kind of getting the better of that Cliff guy, Cliff Barnes. I thought it was pretty entertaining. And then even as a child, Larry Hagman, you know? How good was Larry Hagman as an actor? I guess like a B guy, not an A man, I guess, but A minus, B plus. I mean, I Dream of Jeannie was really good. Dallas was really good. And then just lots of roles that he had later in life. The ornery Texas oil guy drinking his, bourbon in the JFK kind of fantasy movie that Oliver Stone put out. He was really good in that. And there were a few other roles I'm not thinking about late in life that Larry Hagman was really, really good. But come on, I Dream of Jeannie. Now, he was brilliant in that. As good as it gets. And JR was a good character. No Dallas reruns today. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday, 5 o'clock power hour. Thanks for joining us. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. We're on television till 5:30, Cox Channel 4 TV, Spectrum Channel 333 television. Live streaming of this show till 6 p.m., CoreyTalks.com. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E, CoreyTalks.com. We're on YouTube every day. You can watch the program on YouTube. You can check out programs after the fact. Our YouTube channel, Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. Click to subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. Click on the notification bell, the thumbs up. Yeah, we're on YouTube. Click to subscribe. Spread the word. Yeah, you right. Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour, you missed a lot. District Attorney Jason Williams joined us on the program, talking about a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, I like YouTube where you can check out that after the fact or go back to Tuesday's program and check out New Orleans Inspector General Ed Michel. By the way, tomorrow's program, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson will join us live on the show. Hey, it is a Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. No one got this question yesterday. Got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate available. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse. 4 area locations. They're in Mid-City, Canal Street at Carrollton. They're in Metairie, near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. They're on the North Shore, I-10 at Gauze in Slidell. A new Woodhouse Day Spa coming to the North Shore in Mandeville. And they're open in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. So 2 Woodhouse Day Spas on the South Shore, New Orleans and Metairie. They're in Baton Rouge. They're on the North Shore in Slidell, coming soon to Mandeville. You can find out more, nola.woodhousespas.com. I got 50 big bucks for you. Little trivia action. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Which New Orleanian did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough? And he went on to like a Hall of Fame career in New York. Which New Orleanian? Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse Day Spa. 50 bucks. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Hey, no cheating on these trivia questions. No Google, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, Bing. No search engines, no intranet device. You either know the answer yourself or you don't. Which New Orleanian did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough? And he went on to a Hall of Fame career in New York. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks can be yours. Hey, which president's daughter went to Tulane for a master's in art? Which president of the United States' daughter went to Tulane for a master's in art? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Speaking of Rouse's, there's a Rouse's here. Where's here? The highest point of elevation above sea level on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. The highest point of elevation above sea level on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. This is known to a lot of folks because when some hurricanes hit Mississippi, one in particular, this area was high and dry, and developers were even more enthusiastic about, developing. Let's hit the phone lines on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. We head to Lakeview, a wonderful part of New Orleans. Joe joins us. How you doing, Joe?
Good.
Could you lower that television set or radio, Joe? I can't stand the voice of that talk show host.
Yeah, there we go.
Can't stand that guy's voice.
Is that better?
That's better. How's it going, man?
Good. So far, hopefully I'll get the right answer.
What do you have, answers to life?
What's that?
Do you have answers to life?
I haven't. Yeah, just be happy and treat everybody the way you want to be treated.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's a damn good answer, Joe. Try to be happy or content, maybe.
Yeah.
Content, maybe more than happy's like, a peak.
Sure.
So let's say content and treat people like you want to be treated. That's it. Joe in Lakeview, you're a winner already. I like that advice.
Well, let's make it 2 for 2 then.
All right.
This, and I just happened to tune in, and I caught, and it is an interesting question. I'll admit that the Pelican part is the part that's a little bit intriguing, because when you say Hall of Famer, I mean that's a pretty good player, and I'm not a Knicks fan by any means, but the first person that comes to mind, just because I remember during my younger days he was awesome, would be Walt Frazier, but I'm not sure if that's right or not.
Walt Frazier. He was incredible, huh?
He was good. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Walt Frazier was great. That's a great guess. I liked your life answer. Joe, that is incorrect.
Yeah, you wrong.
That's all right.
Okay. That is all right, but we're going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate anyway, because of your, be happy and treat people like you want to be treated. That was a good answer.
Well, that'll work.
Yep. I like your thinking, though. Walt Frazier.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Hang on. Yeah. All right, Joe, don't go anywhere. That's Joe over in Lakeview. Got a Young's Dry Cleaning right there for you, Joe, on what's that, Harrison, in between Canal and Orleans Avenue Canal or City Park. Young's Dry Cleaning there. Young's on Claiborne's, right by Tulane. Yeah, old school walk-up locations. To find out more, go to youngsdrycleaning.com. Believe it or not, just because, I don't want them bothering with me, I don't take advantage of their free pickup and delivery. I go to the Claiborne's location down the street from where I live. Make it easy on them. But you should make it hard on them. Make them deliver. Free pickup and delivery. Homer Office, East Bank or West Bank. Find out more, youngsdrycleaning.com. Joe picked up 50 big bucks. He's going to the Woodhouse, or somebody is. The wife, daughter, mother, sister, girlfriend. Got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Which New Orleanian did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough, and he went on to a Hall of Fame career in New York? Walt Frazier's a great answer, but the Pelicans, the Hornets, the Jazz. Jazz were around like the mid to late Walt Frazier career, but not in his early career. He predates all New Orleans NBA franchises, indirectly or directly. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program, listening on the radio, watching on TV. Maybe you're checking us out via YouTube. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Which New Orleanian did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough? And he went on to a Hall of Fame-like career in New York. Which president's daughter went to Tulane for a master's in art? Highest elevation on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Where is that? 3 questions, 3 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates available. Pick your poison. You're good for one. Hey, no search engines, no internet device, no Google, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, Bing. You either know the answer or you don't. If you do, Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. If you do, I got 50 big bucks, a $50 gift certificate, good at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Yeah, you right. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 5 o'clock powwow this afternoon brought to you by Katie's. What are you doing here? Why aren't you at Katie's right now? Could be checking out the program on the big screen at Katie's and getting some New Orleans delicacies, enjoying a neighborhood joint. It really is. It's the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant, a mid-city mainstay, Katie's. And don't forget about the Katie's of Harahan. You folks out there in Harahan, Elmwood, River Ridge, Old Jefferson, Bienvenue, right in the curve on Hickory. Yeah, bringing a little mid-city New Orleans Katie's flavor to Hickory Avenue and Harahan, Bienvenue. Yeah, and Katie's in mid-city. 5 o'clock powwow brought to you by Katie's. Let's hit the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. We head to the North Shore across the Twin Span. Shane joins us in Slidell. What up, Shane?
What up, Corey?
How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man. Hump day, middle of the week.
Yeah, you're right. Short week with that extended Labor Day weekend, a 4-day gimmick. We'll take it.
Yeah, no, we're right. We're on the downhill, man. It's a wide open Wednesday, so it's not out of left field, this topic, but what do you think of the prospects of this recall for LaToya the Destroyer?
I think it's a pretty long shot. You know, I'm hopeful. I don't want to be pessimistic. I think, I had Elaine Carter on the program and Belton Baptiste, the organizers of it. You can check that out on YouTube. That was last week. I applaud them. I think it's great. I'm all for it. But it's 53,000 plus signatures. I forgot who it was, Tyler Bridges or one of those writers for the Times Pick, one of the savvy veteran guys, Gordon Russell, somebody writing just these things take off quickly. They sizzle fast. It's like a microwave, and then they cool down fast. So can they keep up the momentum Can they get, 1,000 signatures there, 1,000 signatures there, week in, week out for this 6-month period that ends, I think, February 22nd, Shane. It's just going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do. Now,
you need about 2,000 a week, roughly.
You need 53,000. And then you really need more than that, Shane, because, Belton was saying they want 75,000. Elaine was like, we'd like 100,000 signatures. That way, when they go to the Secretary of State's office, they're easily verifiable. The number will be easy to hit. There's going to be some that are going to be tossed out,
Yeah. Well, I got my dog sitting here next to me, Corey, and I honestly feel like he can do just as good of a job.
I think
I had high hopes. I'm not a voter, but I had high hopes for her in the first term. But now my dog Astro here could probably do as good of a job as LaToya.
What kind of dog is Astro?
He's a Malinois.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's awesome.
Malinois, yeah.
That's a Belgian dog. That's like what? Like a German Shepherd looks?
Yeah,
different breed, huh?
I chose the Malinois over the Shepherd just for the thinner coat. Not as much hair, not as much shedding. But,
I think if you get an Americanized German Shepherd, there's a chance of like hip dysplasia is pretty high. You get one that's from Germany, the hip dysplasia is real low. You get a Malinois and there's no hip dysplasia issue at all. No more than any other dog.
Exactly right. That's a guy. I love the Shepherds. I like these more herding dog. The Australian Shepherd.
I've got
German
one of
Shepherd.
those. I've got an Australian Shepherd. My brother has a Border Collie. My sister's got an Australian Shepherd. They're smart dogs.
Wonderful animal. They're just a little longer haired, than me, but sweet animals and so smart.
Yep.
So smart.
It's crazy though, man. All these, you can get an Aussie or a Border Collie or a Malinois, I'm sure, in like the miniature size, like 10 pounds, the medium size, like 40 pounds, and the big size, like 65 up. It's just crazy, all this breeding and weird stuff going on.
I bought this guy I bought Astro out of East Texas, and his dad is like 95 pounds, and the mom is like 60 pounds. So my wife, I told my wife that, and she said, "Great, you bought us a small horse." So I'm sure he's going to be a big guy. But no, man, I love your affection for dogs. I think dog spelled backwards is God, and I don't think there's any coincidence there. But
I like
anyway,
that.
Corey, love the show, brother.
Yeah, you're right, Shane. Thanks for the call in Slidell. Shane and Astro joining us on the program. What a good name for a dog, Astro. Rastro. Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. TV audience sticking around till 5:30. Thank you. YouTube radio, oh so fine, 93.9 FM till 6 p.m. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. The highest point of elevation on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, where is it? I'll give you a hint. Developers were looking at it. A major hurricane hit, devastated a lot of the area. This place was high and dry because it's the highest point of elevation. They proceeded with their development post-storm. Highest point on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Which New Orleanian did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough? And he went on to like a Hall of Fame career in New York? That's right. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Which president of the United States' daughter went to Tulane for a master's in art? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour, you missed a lot. DA Jason Williams joining us on the program. That was in the 4 o'clock hour, around 4:20. DA Jason Williams earlier today. You can check that out on YouTube or Anchor or iTunes or Spotify. Tomorrow, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson on the program. Tomorrow, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson joins us on the neutral ground. Hey, television audience, we're about to hit straight down 5:30. That means adios, adieu, mañana. We'll check you out tomorrow, 4 to 5:30, 90 minutes of fun on TV. Cox Channel 4, that's Your View, Louisiana, all over the state. Spectrum Channel 333, all over the state. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. till 5:30 on the television set. If you'd like to check out the program, 93.9 FM or on YouTube, CoreyTalks.com. TV audience tomorrow. Everybody else, we seamlessly continue until straight up 6 o'clock. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480 on this wide open Wednesday. NoLatoya.org. That's the website, by the way, for the recall effort. NoLatoya.org. NoLatoya.org. A new poll released. A majority of New Orleanians want to see the mayor recalled. 55% of the citizens of New Orleans are in favor of recalling the destroyer, Junket Cantrell. It's an Edgewater Research poll, has a 5% margin of error. 37%, I don't get this. 37% of New Orleanians say the destroyer should stay in office. That's mind-boggling to me. A little better than 1 out of 3 thinks she should stay in office. What's wrong with you folks? I'm not calling you losers, but you like losing because you can't win with LaToya Cantrell. You can't. It's impossible. It's Mike Ditka. It's Ed Ogeron. It's Curly Hallman. Ready, fire, aim. Emotion. I mean, it's Mike Ditka and Ed Ogeron. It really is. It's ready, fire, aim. Emotion over logic. Just my gut over my brain. It's crazy. And then, unlike, even Ed Ogeron and Mike Dick had some leadership skills. That's not LaToya Cantrell's strength. The opposite. A little adversity makes her react. She's like the slow car on the interstate. You speed up, she speeds up. You slow down, she slows down. You control her, She's controlled by outside actions. And when the criticism gets bad, I said this yesterday, when you have facts on your side, you argue the facts. When you have the law on your side, you argue the law. When you have neither, you pound the table and pout and scream and yell and go on junkets, distract. I don't see how 37% of the New Orleans population thinks LaToya Cantrell should stay in office. That just says, man, I like when the Saints are 7-9. I don't mind this 500 LSU thing. It's just having fun. Let's put T-ball out there and everyone gets a hit. 8% undecided. See above, What's wrong with you folks? Do you like losing? I don't get it. The 37% that think she should stay in office, the 8% undecided, it's crazy. 49% of men in New Orleans. It wasn't a majority, like north of 50%, but it's most. There's a undecided, and then there's low 40s of men that think she should stay in office. 60% of women, I applaud women. 60% of women think the destroyer should be recalled. Black population, 53%. White population, 63%. 55% of citizens favor recalling the destroyer. I figured that number would have been a little higher. 205, 211, and 250. Remember those three numbers, 205, 211, and 250. 205, number of murders year to date. 211, carjackings year to date. 250, days in the calendar year so far. We're at day 250 in 2022. And there have been 211 carjackings, 205 murders. That means a little better than 4 out of 5 days. Every 4 out of 5 days of 2022, there's a murder and a carjacking. Every 4 out of 5 days, there's a murder and a carjacking in New Orleans proper, Orleans Parish. 205 murders, 211 carjackings, 250 days into 2022. It's almost one a day. 4 out of 5 days, a little better than 4 out of 5. We have a murder and a carjacking in New Orleans. That's insane. That's insane. Speaking of insane, yikes. This is not only rookie stuff, it's kooky stuff. It's why Louisiana is like we are, why we lose. Why always us on the kooky stuff? Can we ever get serious? This is a U.S. congressman in D.C. representing Louisiana, Mike Johnson, no relation. FX Network has an animated comedy. Danny DeVito and his daughter came up with it. It's a cartoon, Little Demons. DeVito is like the voice of the devil. His daughter is like the female girl character. The devil's trying to sway in his direction. It's a good and bad, like Star Wars, Dark Side, you know? It's an adult cartoon. It's on like 9 or 10 at night. And Mike Johnson's like, I couldn't sweep my 11-year-old away before they were in this commercial. It's from Disney, too. Just freaking out about a TV show. What is it? What's next? Books? Magazines? Dude, just Louisiana is floundering. Focus in on your job. I asked DA Jason Williams, you running for mayor? He laughed. I got a job to do. That was a good answer. He didn't give us the Bobby Jindal answer. Mike Johnson, seriously, just focus in on being a congressman and bettering Louisiana. Worrying about an FX program, Little Demons, because it's about the devil. Are you serious? The commercial aired during the LSU game. Did other children see it and were influenced? Mike Johnson, grow up for starters, dude. Jeez, give kids a little more credit than that. Absolutely insane. That's why we flounder around in Louisiana. We don't have our you-know-what together, but we're going to worry about this nonsense. Spending a second on this nonsense is a second too much. Hey, Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, rolling until 9 p.m. tonight. Yeah, you right. I'm meeting with a guy, a friend of mine in Metairie. We were like, where do you want to eat? He was like, Fury's. I was like, perfect. Excellent choice. We will start with onion rings. I will get a cup of gumbo, and I'll either have flounder, speckled trout, or snapper, whatever they're offering. You can get it fried, broiled, grilled. One thing's for certain. The seafood in the gumbo, that fish, shrimp, oysters, anything you're eating, it's fresh and local. Fresh, local seafood at Fury's. Nothing else. No exceptions ever. You never have to worry about eating tilapia at Fury's or pasteurized crab meat from China or crawfish tails from Taiwan, South America. Fury's, local, fresh seafood exclusively. They're open till 9 p.m. tonight. Be there. Dinner at Fury's. So good. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Got a couple of $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. A trio, actually. Which New Orleans did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough, and he went on to a Hall of Fame career in New York. Someone mentioned the Knicks. I'm just going to say this as we wind this question down. Wrong sport. Why are you thinking NBA Pelicans? Which New Orleanian did the Pelicans organization ignore, thinking he wasn't big enough and he went on to a Hall of Fame career in New York? Probably today, still a top 20, 25, 30 all-time great. That's easy, huh? Highest land on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Where's that located? Which town, city, neighborhood? Highest ground on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. And which president's daughter went to Tulane, got a master's in art? Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse is yours. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Hey, tomorrow, Thursday's edition of the program, 4 o'clock hour, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson will join us. The chief of the New Orleans Police Department, Sean Ferguson, on the program mañana, tomorrow. Hey, if you missed today's program, 4 o'clock hour, you missed District Attorney Jason Williams joining us on the program. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour yesterday, you missed New Orleans Inspector General Ed Michel. By the way, you can catch all of that on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now, live on YouTube, after the fact on YouTube. Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program where New Orleans talks. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, that 205, 211, 250 thing is obnoxious. 205, 211, 250. 205 murders, 211 carjackings in the first 250 days of the year. Every 4 out of 5 days in Orleans Parish, New Orleans proper. Crazy. A murder and carjacking every 4 out of 5 days. Let's head up the I-12 on the North Shore, Pearl River. Andrew joins us on the program. What up, Andrew?
Hey, Corey, I think I got an answer to your question, man.
What question is that? Which one?
All right. The Pelicans, person from New Orleans that the Pelicans passed on and had a great career in New York.
Metro New Orleans, yep.
Metro New Orleans, yeah. It wasn't Mel Ott, was it?
It was Mel Ott. You are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I think I steered folks into the Pelicans organization thinking he wasn't big enough, tall enough. Mel Ott was like 17 when he went up to New York. It was crazy, just a kid.
My grandfather was born in 1912, and as a kid, I can remember him telling me stories about going to watch the New Orleans Pelicans play, and he talked about Mel Ott not being on the team or something like that.
Yeah,
and,
no.
I think it was back in the 40s or something
No,
like
it's true. I think he played for like just some like companies that had teams, you know? They brought him in as sort of like an ace. But yeah.
The only besides Will Clark, that's the only baseball player that comes to mind that I knew Will Clark wouldn't have been.
Will Clark, I mean, I think, you know, if steroids never existed, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. And I'm not talking he's on steroids. I'm talking like the steroided, the opposite. Will Clark is the natural, no steroids.
Yeah.
You know, it's the inflated numbers by everybody else that deflates his numbers. For, I mean, a decade, his first 10 years, you know, he was just dominant. He was very, very good. He's a borderline Major League Baseball Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he played, and unfortunately for him, he seemed to have been honest, played in an honest way when everyone else was cheating, you know, in a cheating era.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what the percentage was, but it, no pun intended, jacked up a certain percentage of players that would not have put up the numbers, the success that they had. And
his own buddy from Mississippi State, Rafael Palmeiro, they connected him to that business, that funny business.
And he lied to that commission, that congressional committee, and then later, you know, revealed it. No, and those two, they were at each other's throats at state and in the major leagues. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, hey, Corey, before I go, can I ask you, as an objective LSU fan, I try to be objective, not a homer. If they had gone out on Sunday night and just got outplayed, just the other team was just better, I'd feel a lot better than in Brian Kelly's first game. They reminded me somewhat of the Hazlitt Ditka Saints. I mean, penalties away from the play, not looking at the ball during a route, just a lot of sloppy stuff that I was hoping, that's something you expect from a undisciplined guy like Ed Orgeron, but from a professional coach like Brian Kelly, or what he seems to be, that crispness is something you would expect them to. They'd be fundamentally sound, but maybe they just don't have the horses in the stable yet.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, Andrew. Did you hear it today? Did he say something like Neighbors is fired as punt returner? I think he just said that. He's fired. He's very, he just tells it like it is with the players. I hope they have a thick skin because I don't know if he's blaming the players. He seems to take responsibility, but he definitely calls out the players. But you answered your question, Andrew. Ed Orgeron the last few years with just recruiting and then losing recruits when they're on the team, not developing recruits when they're on the team, lots of attrition. I would say, Andrew, I'm not kidding, the team that Ed Orgeron inherited from Les Miles, like a few years before the national title, had double the amount of just, quote, talent that this year's team does. So Ed Orgeron halved the talent, brought LSU literally down to like a 500 ball club. And the thing I worried about before the season even started was depth. 8 SEC games, lack of depth. How's LSU going to perform? If Kelly gets them playing well, how are they going to perform third, fourth quarter in October, with that SEC schedule because of a lack of depth? I think that reared its ugly head. I mean, give Florida State credit. They're a lesser team and a lesser program than LSU. But their coach had them fired up. They played. They maximized what they could do. Their quarterback had a good game. No, the LSU's. That's the main thing, Andrew. They're outnumbered. But yeah, Kelly, you got to blame the coach for not having them prepared. He even acknowledged as much. The penalties, the lack of communication on defense. I mean, just getting, crushed on third down for about 2.5 quarters of that game, just getting crushed.
It just reminded me, the Ditka early has with Saint to be third and like a half a yard would get a false start. It'd then be 3rd and 6 and we'd have to punt because we wouldn't get the first down. And then you watch the guy from Lafayette go down to Florida and upset, a top 10 team in Utah. It just makes you scratch your head like, did LSU kind of cut off their nose to spite their face?
No, it's 47 miles away. You had Napier in Lafayette, and I don't think was really ever considered, Andrew. And Florida pounced on him like it's a natural, a given. We don't even have to do a search. This is our guy. Or we did a search, and this is our guy.
Yeah, and for everything I know, people over there said that his wife loved it and Napier wanted the job because he wouldn't have to uproot his family. And he could, when you're making $8 million a year, you can drive across the Chapalaya Basin, a few times a week. Like
DiNardo wasn't the first choice. Nick Saban wasn't the first choice. Les Miles wasn't the first choice. Ed Orgeron wasn't the first choice. And now Brian Kelly's not the first choice. So, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But LSU had to settle, good or bad, with Brian Kelly. Their maybe first couple of choices didn't pan out.
Well, he's certainly qualified and capable. I expected them to be more fundamentally sound in his first game.
I thought so too. I think that's a great point, Andrew. And the Southern game's not going to be very telling as far if that's fixed or not. You're going to have to get into the SEC slate and see if that's fixed or not. I love the effort, the athleticism. I like this QB. But you have a serviceable quarterback, Andrew, all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Just a guy that at 3rd and long, not going to make the sideline out. If the primary target's not open, really doesn't go through the progressions, has the patience, will tend to run. He's like, he's good. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's like 90% of the college QBs. The Max Johnson types, the guys that can stay in the pocket and fling the sideline out, read defenses, go through the progressions, hit the 2nd or 3rd receiver. It only makes up about 10% of college football. LSU doesn't have that type of quarterback. Maybe Nussmeier gets some reps and he has a better pocket presence, But I like Daniels. I like his effort. I like his commitment to the team. I think he's a good guy, but he's that type of quarterback. He's in that, most college quarterbacks, he's not an NFL prospect at quarterback. He's not no NFL team's going to give him a look-see in camp at quarterback.
No. Well, anyway, love the show, Corey.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. Thanks a lot. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. That's Andrew in Pearl River on the North Shore, a little north of Slidell, up the I-59. Tighten him up, Jason. Get him a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday, wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Fausto's Italian Bistro opened their doors for the evening about 45 minutes ago, about 5 o'clock. They'll go till 9 tonight. Sit at the bar, check out some baseball, U.S. Open tennis. U.S. Open tennis went till 2:23 in the morning last night. Pretty cool. Somebody had to go to work the next day and watch that in New York. Fausto's Italian Bistro, some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Fausto's Italian Bistro. Go check them out tonight for dinner on Vets, Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry, superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris
The
Road.
lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Hey, Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. Go to their website, Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M. Latrim.com. East Bankers, West Bankers. Under the UEP Long Bridge in Elmwood is Latrim's 80-acre campus. Over 1,000, 1,200 plus employees there. They got you covered, East Bankers and West Bankers. You North Shore folks, Latrim has a facility in Hammond, right off the I-12. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs at Latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour, you missed District Attorney Jason Williams. He joined us on the program. Tomorrow, NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson will join us live on the show. New poll release from Edgewater Research. 55% of citizens of New Orleans favor recalling the destroyer. NoLatoya.org. NoLatoya.org is the website. 37%, this is a big number. Give the mayor credit. 37% said the mayor should stay in office. That's mind-boggling to me. Slightly better than 1 out of 3 New Orleanians want the mayor to stay. I'm not calling you a loser. I'm just saying you like losing because you can't win with this mayor. And I think in your heart, in your brain, you know that to be true. And then when you think about the real competition for New Orleans, like a Austin or a Nashville, this mayor doesn't even know what sport's being played or where the ballpark's located to compete. And you know that to be true. So maybe that 37% needs to reevaluate the mayor should stay in office. And the 8% that's undecided, maybe time to reevaluate that as well. NoLatoya.org has the latest and greatest places where you can sign that recall petition. I mentioned 205 murders so far this year, 211 carjackings so far this year. We're 250 days into the year. a little better than 4 out of 5 days. Every 4 out of 5 days in New Orleans, there's a carjacking and a murder. That's absolute insanity, isn't it? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Speaking of, Mike Johnson, one of our congressmen, affected by this Little Demons FX network animated comedy, a cartoon because it's about the devil, and a commercial played for it, promoting it during the LSU game, and children might have been watching. Mike Johnson, a couple of things. Grow up, 1. 2, do your job, dude. Louisiana's floundering. Focus on that. What, Blue Boy? You could do a better job than Mike Johnson. You wouldn't be worrying about not that nonsense. You're right. You're right, buddy. A waste of time. What else? Thanks, folks, for watching and listening. DA Jason Williams for joining us. Jason for running the controls. Join us tomorrow. NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson's on the neutral ground. 93.9 FM, New Orleans.